Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is EverQuest Project 1999. And today we're on the green server. And I don't want to tell you what level I am. I don't want to tell you anything about my equipment. This video is going to be about a weird trend I've been seeing. I want to warn y'all. This is a warning about people, how they're trying to steal camps. Camp stealers, camp etiquette, whatever you want to call it. It's happened to me twice now, and it was really weird both times. So, I'll let you know the person's name at the end of the video. I don't want to, put it up on Front Street, but if you want to know a person's name, that way you can avoid them at all costs. That would be, I would, recommend that for you. But anyway, the way that they're trying to steal camps or whatever's going on, you let me know in the comments because I have no clue why people do this or what they think, like how it's going to work, or does it work on people? Like, does this work on people? Like, I don't get it, but I'll explain it to you. I've had it happen to me twice. I'll explain both times it's happened. Just happened to me like 15 minutes ago, right here at Two Brute. So there's two brutes here. There's one. I got two spawns, and I've been here for like an hour, right? So here's what happened. A dude walks up. I'm sitting there meditating, right? And I'm about to like pull one. Um, right in the tunnel. You know how Brute 2 is. If you've ever been to Brute 2, I'm sitting right in the like entryway to the cave to where there's no possible way this person doesn't see me. No matter what they say, no matter what. Like they see me. I'm sitting right there. I'll show you after this fight where I was sitting, but just take my word for it. There's no possible way they didn't see me. I'm sitting right at the entrance, right in the middle, squatted down, meditating, and I think I was standing before they even, yeah, I stood up. I like cast a buff on myself. I was like getting ready to pull, and he runs up and he pulls one of the brutes, like the one I was about to attack. And I'm like, what the heck? In my head, I didn't say anything at first. The other one then pops, so I pull the other one. Like, well, I'm gonna kill this one and we'll deal with it after the fact. Like, what's up with this dude? I don't know, but he already pulled it. It is what it is. Maybe he just made a mistake. Maybe somehow he didn't see me sitting there. But yeah, he walks up. There's one up. I'm like buffing up just to, my regen had dropped or something, so it pops. I get a tick of mana. I sit there, get like one tick of mana, then I stand and I regen. I'm getting ready to cast regen on myself. He pulls it. He pulls it, and he starts fighting it. So I regen myself. I kind of look like, what? Why is he pulling my stuff? There's two spawns here. I'm sitting right here. Look, right here, sitting. He was behind me. So it wasn't like he was ahead of me or anything. I was sitting right here. One spawns there, one spawns there. This one spawns. I'm sitting here. I'm waiting for like my next tick of mana. I'm like changing my spell to regen or something. You know how it goes. And then I stand up. I target myself. I cast regen, and he pulls it. Like I'm getting ready to pull it right after I cast regen on myself. So then he starts fighting, and I'm like, what the heck? Maybe he didn't see me. So, honest mistake. I didn't say anything. I'm obviously here. I just, like making it known that I'm obviously here. And then the other one pops, so I go ahead and pull it and kill it before he can even kill his. And then as he's killing it, I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, why'd you take my brute? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I've been here for like an hour. What do you? I'm like, no, you haven't. What are you talking about? I've been here for an hour. You think I'm crazy? Like people try this all the time. I don't get it. They come to your camp and they start killing things, and then they act like they've been there for an hour while you've been the one that's been there for an hour. They're like, they try to make you think you're crazy or something. Like I don't get it. They say nothing about, hey, like I was talking to my buddy Faceless One, because this is the second time this has happened to me, where somebody, I literally see them walk up to my camp, sit down, they haven't killed anything, and then I watch as they steal my kills, and then when I confront them, they say, I've been here for like an hour. And I'm like, no, you haven't, because I've literally been here for an hour and I didn't see you at all. So how are you trying to convince me that you've been here for an hour when I've been here? Like, what? I don't get it. I don't get what the strategy is. Do people fall for this and say like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. I haven't been here. I wasn't here. You're right, man. Yeah, yeah. You must have been selling or something." Maybe it works on people that like just got to a camp and they've only been there for 5 minutes. So then this other guy walks up, starts killing. You're like, "Oh, oops, I accidentally took this camp." But that's not the case with me. I've been there for 60 minutes or something, 45 minutes, at least 30 minutes at least, because I wouldn't think it was so weird if I'd only been there for 5, 10, 15 minutes. But this happens. The first time it happened to me, I was there for like over an hour, and this time it was like something like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I'd been killing, I killed whatever, like like 8 rounds of brutes. It wasn't just one or two. It was like 8 rounds of brutes. So then dude walks up, kills one, and I pull the other one, and then he's like, and I'm like just trying to say like, "Yo, what's up?" Because he still was sitting there. I thought he's gonna kill the one. He's gonna see I was there, and he's gonna take off. Like, oops, honest mistake. So I wasn't like cussing him out or anything. I'm just like, after he sat there for a while, like he was gonna do it again. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Or he might have said something to me, but the whole gist of it was he claimed that like I was him and he was me is what they're trying to make you think. Like, dude, I've been here for an hour. You're not gonna convince me that I'm crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been here for an hour. You are nowhere in sight. I've been the only person in this room for an hour. So if you're trying to convince me now that you've been here for an hour and I'm stealing your camp, that's so weird. Why do they try this stuff? It's strange. Hopefully I got this guy all dotted because I've been talking. But yeah, that just happened to me. I'll tell you, his name was Evil Genius. He's a 20-something shaman. And then after that, like after I said, no, you're wrong. I've been here. Like, what are you talking about? Then he just starts talking about. He doesn't like refute that or anything. He doesn't say, "Hey, I was just selling for 5 minutes." "Hey, I was just selling for 10 minutes." They don't even try that. They try the thing where they say, "You are the one that wasn't here. I was here." They try to convince you that they've been there for an hour. I guess just hoping that you've only been there for 5 minutes or something. But I'd been there for an hour, so I know that he's lying. These people are literally lying straight to your face. And so I don't even know if I'm hitting this thing. Let's do Venom Breath. That's the good dot. Um, so I'm like, I know you're lying, bro. You're lying straight to my face. So then he starts talking about, aren't you a little bit too high level for this camp? And then I just stopped talking to him at that point. Like, who cares, man? Who cares? Does it matter? You pull up, you see a dude here. What goes through their brain? Like what? Let's try that trick that I tried that worked that last time. Let's try to convince this guy I've been here for an hour. Hopefully he's only been here for 5 minutes and he'll believe me. And hopefully he hasn't been here for like 60 minutes, but maybe he'll think he's crazy. Because that's the only way I would ever believe him. Like, dude, I've been here. I killed like 8, 9, 10 rounds of brutes. There was not a soul in sight. Now you're going to come tell me that you were here for 60 minutes and that I'm the one encroaching on your camp. It's happened to me twice. Can you believe this? I can't believe it. It's crazy. And I don't know if people are falling for it or something or what's going on. But yeah, then at the end when he realized I wasn't leaving, because what had happened was he was still sitting there. He killed one. I let him have it, and then I kind of killed the other one, right? And then I was like, then we were talking, going back and forth about, no, I've been here 60 minutes. No, I've been here 60 minutes. Then he was like, aren't you a little high level for this camp? I'm like, who cares? And so what happened after that was the one pop that I killed, because I killed mine faster than him, even though he grabbed his first. So I grabbed mine, right? I dotted up, I root it, and then his pops, I grab that one too, and I start fighting it. So I got both of them, and then he leaves finally. He's like, well, aren't you too high level for this camp anyway? Shouldn't you be somewhere else at level 30? And I'm like, dude, you're smoking crack. Why don't you pass it to your mom? And his name is Evil Genius. I don't know. Just avoid this dude at all costs. I'm telling you, because he's gonna lie. He's gonna manipulate. He's a camp stealer. Literally, he stole one of my kills, and then he was gonna try to do it again, but he couldn't do it. And yeah, just avoid the dude. And I'm also gonna tell you like other bad experiences I've had on the shaman, because there's been few and far between. It's been really nice. Like my necro had a lot of for some reason. I think it was my surname on YouTube. I think just people just had it out for me because of that. And now with no lacking, like not every single person knows I'm on YouTube. So I think I'm not as much of a neck beard magnet or whatever, a technically guy or a camp stealing liar or whatever you want to call bad etiquette type of deal. I'm not such a magnet for that anymore because my last name isn't on YouTube. But it happened to me before. It was on Sinnycool on my Necro. I was at the Goblin Camp in the same zone. It's happened to me in 2 times in this same zone. So watch out if you're in Warslick's Woods, because people are out here trying to convince you you're crazy and that you haven't been at a camp for an hour, and that they've been there for the hour, not you. I don't know if they get lost and they go to the wrong camp or something. That's the only thing I could think of, and there's no way that's the case. So, um, yeah, the other time it happened, I was at the Goblin Camp, the Goblin Fort in right here in the same zone, and I was camping the Shrunken Goblin Earring, and a similar situation. I think it was a Shadow Knight. They're both Ixars. We all know most people that are Ixars are noobs. Even though I'm an Ixar, like I don't care to say it. I think 50% of Ixars are noobs because they just pick the lizard that looks cool. And it was the same deal. I was in the goblin camp. I was camping the shrunken goblin earring. I was killing pretty much everything in the whole fort except for a couple here or there. And that was a little bit like, maybe if he was like way on the other side of the fort behind a building killing a couple, maybe I didn't see him. But I'm 90% sure the same exact thing happened. This guy rolls up, he starts killing everything, and then he yells at me for stealing his camp. Like, and I had been there for way longer than this time too. Like I was there for like an hour and a half camping this shrunken goblin earring, Grackness the Destroyer, right? So I'm killing like 90% of the goblins in the fort, trying to get Grackness to spawn so I can get the earring. And all of a sudden, this dude rolls up. He's like a Ixar Shadow Knight or an Ixar Shaman or something. He starts killing goblins. I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on? I'm camping this. And he's like, no, I've been here for an hour. You're stealing my kills. I'm like, you think I'm crazy? What are you talking about? Like, I've been here. I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna like believe you. I'm not gonna believe your eyes. I'm not gonna think my eyes are lying to me and my body, and I haven't been doing this for an hour. Like, they're so crazy. Like, they're banking on that you've only been there for like 5 minutes or 3 minutes. So don't fall for it, dude. I mean, I think it's happened to me 3 times, and like the third time I just walked away from it because I didn't want to deal with it, and they won. But 2 out of the 3 times I just I fought back. I'm like, no, you're not gonna tell me that I haven't been here for an hour when I know I'm me. I know I've been here, you idiot. Like, and you have not been here. So, especially in this situation with 2 spawns in a cave where I'm sitting right at the entrance, like, this is even more ridiculous than the Goblin Fort. Like, I thought that was ridiculous, but I didn't want to, like, maybe he was way over there, maybe he was killing a couple, and maybe he was confused. But trying to convince me that I wasn't there, and that I wasn't there before you, and that I haven't been here for an hour or two, you're trying to convince me of that? That you trying to convince me my name isn't No Lackin'? Like, what are you trying to convince? People are so weird. Like, no, your name isn't No Lackin'. My name's No Lackin'. It's like saying that. It's so dumb. I hate these people. But anyway, dude finally took off because I started killing both brutes at the same time, so he couldn't. There's nothing for him to do. He said, aren't you a little too high level for this camp a couple more times? And he kept saying weird things like, I see, dot, dot, dot. And then I would say something, he would say, I see, dot, dot, dot. And this dude's living in his mom's basement or whatever. But, yeah, and the only other bad experiences I've had at all on this shaman are, another thing I could make a whole video about. It's high levels, like level 60s, offering you buffs. And if you turn them down, they act like you're the craziest lunatic in the world, that you don't want their whatever buff. Their heroic or their whatever, like the best clarity, or turn you into a wolf so you can be a wolf or whatever. Like, they act like you're so crazy if you don't take their buff and like slob on their knob because they gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the times I don't want like a level 60 buff so I can, you know, be OP, and I don't know. I want to play the game. I want to be good at the game. I want to have some challenge. And that's not even the reason most of the time, but that's part of it. Like, if I have a damage shield that's doing 800 damage and I walk up to something and it hits me and it dies, like, that's not fun for me. You know what I'm saying? But like the times I've turned it down, it was like I was in a group, right? And we were killing, and I only had like 10 minutes left. So we were just like going, and I was trying to meditate. And some level 60 walks up like, hey, drop your group and I'll give you this. If you know, like scale, whatever the wolf spell or something, some spell where you have to group up with them to get it. And I'm like, nah, I'm out of here soon. I'm just trying to get a few more kills. Like, I don't really care. No thanks. And I was really polite. I'm like, thanks, but no thanks. You know, they're like, he doesn't want this buff. Yeah, check this guy out. He doesn't want the buff. Oh, you know it's OP, right? Duh. You know, duh. Why don't you want this buff? That's so awesome. Look at this guy. Everybody in the zone. Hey, everybody. This guy doesn't want this buff. They're so stupid, bro. Like, I don't care about your buff. Go impress somebody else. You don't impress me, man. So whatever your level 60 buff is, if you walk up on me and you give it to me, don't expect me to slob your knob. And I might say thank you, like if you know, like if you just walk up to me and cast a nice little buff and you don't expect me to slob your knob, then I'll say thank you. I'm a normal person, like that's cool. But if you're gonna like talk about it beforehand and like inconvenience me and then talk about it afterwards, like I'm supposed to love you forever because you're giving me some buff that makes me worse at the game because now I don't actually have to play the way I should be playing and like, you know what I'm saying? So why do these level 60s act like that? And then they make fun of you if you don't want it for whatever reason, even if it's like a good reason, like I'm getting off in 5 minutes, I don't want to drop my group because I'm getting off in 5 minutes. Like I don't care if it lasts through the camping. I don't care about anything, dude. Like I don't need your stupid buff. And why are you like yelling out to the whole zone that I'm an idiot for not taking your buff and then getting your knob slobbed by everybody else because you're giving them some buff? Like I don't care about your stupid ass buff, bro. I don't give a fuck. And you can move along because I don't care. So I've got to 60 with the Necro. I'm going to get to 60 with the Shaman. You're talking to the wrong person. Kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just when they expect you to, like, be over appreciative and then they make fun of you for not wanting it. Like, those type of level 60s. Like, I never do that. I would never do that. Like, if I walk up to somebody and I say, hey, do you want Dead Man Floating? And they say no, I don't go, huh, you're an idiot, bro. You don't want Dead Man Floating. Don't you know you can float and, like, you run faster because you can float? Now you don't have to hit every, like, piece of terrain with your toes. Like, you're an idiot, bro. Why would you not want Levitate? Like, you're so dumb. Like, everybody, OOC, everybody. Hey, everybody, OOC. This guy doesn't want Dead Man Floating. He's such a dummy. What an idiot. No, why would I do that? These people are weirdos. If you come up to my camp and you tell me that you've been here for 60 minutes, when I've literally been here for 60 minutes, you're a weirdo. And if you walk up to me and you're level 60 and I politely decline your buff for a good reason and then you laugh at me and yell about the whole zone about how I'm an idiot, you're a weirdo. So I'm speaking my piece. I felt like saying it. Evil Genius is a weirdo. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. Tell me what's up with this. Why are people trying this crap? Are you going to make excuses for them? Because they weren't selling. That wasn't what they said. They didn't come up to me and say, hey, bro, I was just selling. I might have took a little bit longer than I should have. Maybe I took a poop break or something. But I was just selling. I was at this camp. And, that would be fine. But they never say that. And it's not like 10 minutes after I've been there or 15 minutes. It's an hour. It's 45 minutes. It's way too long for that to be true in the first place. And they don't even try that. All they try is, hey, why are you stealing my stuff? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been here for 60 minutes. Then they say, nuh-uh, I've been here for 60 minutes. I'm like, what are you trying to say? That I don't know what I'm doing here? That I haven't been using my own eyeballs? You're trying to give your name's no lacking, and my name isn't? Is that what you're trying to say right now? But anyway, y'all, sorry about, I just wanted to get that out there. Screw that guy. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.